Good afternoon and welcome back to my channel. I'm Dr. Michelle Scoggins, and for the purpose of these videos, I am the patient. So today I'm going to talk to you a little bit about this emotional roller coaster that I found myself on as my surgery for a hysterectomy is just 2 days away. So I won't go in a lot of detail of like how this came about, but I was spending a moment with my husband because obviously when you have a hysterectomy, you are under doctor's orders to not have any sort of intercourse, right? So that's over with for about 8 weeks. And so as we were spending some time together today, I really became overwhelmed with my emotions. And I didn't realize that this has been such an issue for me. And the reason why I'm even talking about this today is because I wish I had this type of information available to me years ago. If I would have known the things that I know now, I probably would have had a hysterectomy at least 5, 6, maybe even 10 years ago. But because this isn't like readily talked about amongst women, we often struggle in pain for far too long without having, the right amount of knowledge or even know how to find the knowledge. And so I'm hoping to be a little glimmer of light for at least one person. If I can do that, then my job here is done. And so that's why I will be vulnerable out to this community because I want to help people. But anyhow, back to the subject at hand, I really became overwhelmed because I didn't really realize how much being in pain has affected me for many, many years. And so this pain has affected my ability to be intimate with my husband. It has affected my ability to do a lot of things. Oftentimes I'm in pain when it's time for me to work out and I push through the pain. I'm in pain majority of the time. And so I didn't realize that I kind of dissociate. So what that means, I literally turn my brain off to the pain and look past it. So a lot of times when you've had a trauma history or trauma in your life, and I won't go to psychologist on you right now because I want to give you that information, we tend to go with our coping strategies that we know. And I know how to get the job done, get things handled, and I don't worry about the things that might get in my way. And so that is how I've dealt with my pain for I don't even know how many years, because I've been in pain since my, teenage years. And then the first time I spoke about it was, I was about maybe 19 years old, 18, 19 years old when I first spoke about it to a doctor when I was in the military. And some of my other videos might also talk about this. And I was told that this is what women go through and kind of basically suck it up and keep going. You're a soldier, you don't have shit to worry about. And so I lived by this mentality for so long. And so when I was in pain, I would just ignore it. Like, I'm in so much pain now that I have become aware of it and I'm present with my body. I'm actually realizing the amount of pain I'm in and that I've ignored it for so long and so frequently that I didn't even take a lot of medication because I just turned my brain off to the pain. And if any of you ladies out there have done that, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And yes, it is hard to turn your mind off to the pain, especially when you now become aware of it. And so because I've been seeking out doctors and moving forward with the surgery, my mind has now become aware of the pain. And it's been really hard for me to turn it back off. And so that's where all this emotional stuff came from today that I didn't even know I was holding on for a long period of time. And I just became overwhelmed because in 2 days, that is like me having the best Christmas ever. And I feel myself a little emotional now because I've been in pain for so long that I can finally not have that pain any longer. And that's my hope, that even if it's just a fragment of the pain, the surgery will be worth it. And so I want to just encourage any woman out there that's looking to have a hysterectomy or that they are in pain because of their female anatomy, Don't let a doctor tell you that you should just push on, that you should just ignore it, that you should just go about your business and not service your body. And again, this is my one goal and hope, is that I could give light to one woman, just one, because even now, it's like the only hysterectomy stories I've ever heard where it was terrible and XYZ happened and I was thrown right into menopause and yada, yada. I got all the bad stories. And now that I'm sharing my journey and what I'm doing, I'm getting all these people coming out of the woodwork saying, oh my God, that's the best surgery I've ever had. Even the scheduling nurse at the hospital is like, oh my gosh, life was so different after my hysterectomy. And I keep thinking to myself, where the hell were these women 5-10 years ago? Because I probably wouldn't have waited so long and suffered in pain. And so if this is not a video for you, I'm okay with that. If it is someone else out there that you think could help by listening to this story, and I will document my surgery day, after my surgery, my healing, things that I've learned, things along the way. But it's just that light of hope that you don't have to suffer in pain, that you can have your body back. And that's my one and only goal, is that I can do that. And if any woman is out there feeling detached from their bodies, this is something that happens, and you too can have the surgery. And so if you're wondering what like the dissociation feeling is like, you may, it's kind of just checking out. You're not aware. You may forget day to day things that have happened, clothing that you've worn, places you've been, movies you've watched. I've had this kind of happen for years, that I have a lot of gaps in memory, that I don't remember things, but I also have a trauma history. So I always associated it with the trauma, which again, who knows, it could be with, held because of the trauma, but also it has a component because the pain has been something that I've dealt with for so long, and just try to not reduce my life and my quality of life to nothing. And I would just ignore it. So ladies, if this is going to help you or help someone else, I appreciate it. If you have any questions, comments, feel free to reach out to me. I'm here. I'm an open book and willing to help anyone. And so I am so excited. In 2 days, y'all, Tuesday, today's Saturday, I'm with it, and I will document it the whole way. So I hope you enjoyed this. I hope I wasn't rambling too much, but enjoy it. And I will talk to you guys soon.